Hey everyone, welcome back to me. I am back from vacation. I was out this past weekend, missed you all, and I had a nice relaxing staycation at home with the wife and the kids. Had some much needed focus time as a family, and but I'm back in the saddle and looking forward to seeing you all this weekend. And with this weekend, it's a Labor Day weekend. What is often the trend is that we're a little lighter on kids, but what I'm really seeing right now is we're dangerously light on volunteers for this weekend. We got a lot of people out. A lot of people have declined already in preschool. Planning Center, I've heard from a lot of you in elementary that are going to be out. We have 5 stage leaders, count them 5, that are out. So I think we've got that all covered, but it's still really, really light. And so I know there's plans. I know that there's vacations and going out of town and stuff that's still happening this weekend. So if that's the case, great. I get that. But if there's any way you can reconsider, if all you were doing was just getting up and just having some relaxing time at home, enjoying your 3-day weekend, if you could reconsider and come on in and serve your hour with us, it would help a great, great deal. Even though we'll be a little lighter on kids, I just don't know that we have enough right now that have confirmed to be here to handle it all, and we'll have to condense some rooms. I'm already having to close Imagination Station and Power Up. I have to close for an hour. We just don't have enough folks here, but I know there's lots of different things going on, and I'm not speaking to that. I'm just speaking to the folks that if you have it in your power to go ahead and change plans around a little bit, if you're just going to be at home, please come on in and help us with Sunday morning. And also at the Mix last night, Paul Gage had spoke on serving, gave a great message to the kids and got those high schoolers all fired up. And those kids, about 30 of them, had said they wanted to serve down in FC Kids. So we're contacting them today and getting messages out to them about where they need to be according to where they want to serve. And so hopefully we will see them all this weekend. So we'll be praying for those kids and their commitments to doing that. And with this weekend in elementary, speaking to elementary only, salvation will be offered as part of the this series. We're doing the Salvation Weekend lesson. So we are skipping ahead to lesson 4 of Power Up. We'll come back to the other lessons of 2 and 3 a little bit later, but we're going to do salvation this weekend only in the 2nd through 4th grade room. We will present it in K1, but we will only allow a response in 2 through 4. And so I real quickly want to go over what you're going to have in your tub while you meet with these kids. The only kids that will go out to a small group will be those who make a decision this weekend. And the first thing you'll do in your tub that you'll see will be this Save Point small group. The video is down below. Please look at that, elementary, for those of you who will be doing the counseling. And it's a book that will allow you to walk through their decision and talk through it. ABCs right there, and then the final page on the back. And this is something that will help them remember the decision that they've made, to help really reinforce it, but also it's going to be a great tool for them to share with their friends and family. You want to know what I did? Check this out. And they can walk through the salvation gospel story with a friend or family member. So go through that first. The next thing will then be the salvation questionnaire. You need to walk through that and make sure that they truly understand the decision that they're making today. And then after that, I need you to get the Salvation Weekend roster sheet here. Get their name, their number, and their birth date. That's the most important thing, so that we can make sure that there's not 2 kids with the same birth date or same name that we can't distinguish. The birth date is very important. And then the service time, make sure you put that up there and get that back to Sherry, Mandy, or myself. And then lastly, you need to put a gold star sticker on their name badge so that we can give them a letter at exit. The checkout volunteers, you need to be looking for the star on their tag, and give them one of the letters. K1 will have a letter saying we presented it. 2-4 will say that your child actually made a decision and has accepted Christ. And then I want y'all at the checkout to direct them towards Kid Faith. Kid Faith will be right after the 11:26 service at 12:45, and we will have lunch provided. So please let them know that as you hand that to them. Say, hey, your child made a great decision today. We have a Kid Faith class that's going to talk about that, because next weekend, the 11th, will be baptism. And that's why we're doing salvation this weekend. We want to give kids an opportunity to be a part of that giant children's celebration that we're going to be having the next weekend. So those will be the 4 things that'll be in your tub that you need to go through. And then along with salvation, you know, There's a great verse I want to share with you guys found in Job 19:25 as we head towards this weekend. I want y'all to be praying for these kids and for God's work to be done in them and through you guys who are going to be meeting with these kids. But this great verse of victory really stood out in one of my devotionals the other day, and that's Job 19:25. I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand upon the earth. What a great verse of victory in Christ that is, and that is what will be happening for these kids this weekend, that they can know that their Redeemer meaning one who takes away punishment that is owed to them, that takes away their slavery from having to be bound by sin. Our Redeemer lives. And what I love about this verse in Job, I mean, it's a great verse that stands alone, but what's even cooler about this verse is if you know anything about Job, Job has experienced the worst of times that none of us will ever see the kind of things that Job had happened to him, God willing. But his family had been taken away, his livestock had all been killed, his riches had been all stripped of him, and he was facing tremendous physical pain. And in the midst of all that, even when he thought God was against him and that he was hurting him because he didn't know about the meeting between God and Satan, where Satan wanted to show God that he could turn Job from him. He didn't know anything about that. He just thought he was not in favor with God. But even amidst all that, he knew that his Redeemer lived, that God would stand upon the earth, that God would stand in place for him. And so with that, we want to go forward with this weekend with anticipation, with excitement, because this is one of our 9 core principles, the most important one, right up there, salvation. This is why we do it. This is why I hope you're volunteering, is so that you can build into the lives of these kids and bring them into a relationship with Jesus Christ, to share with them that which we have all received ourselves. So I thank you all for being a part of this ministry. I thank you all for serving in FC Kids, and I'm really serious about y'all praying about this upcoming weekend for every one of these kids that will be coming in to hear this maybe for the first time, and praying for the stage leaders who will be presenting it as well, that it will be done in an effective way and that kids will come to know Christ. So thank you all for what you're doing. I will see you all very soon, Sunday morning at our meetings, 9 o'clock elementary, 9:15 preschool, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.